Okay, theory which I think is actually true. So, the theory is that all those pictures that I depicted about, you know, the Holy Spirit, for instance, let's simplify the picture, okay? Just for the sake of simplicity, okay? Although it's experienced for us so supernatural, okay? And let's say it is supernatural, okay? Because it can not be present, but we are still alive, we are living. But it's sort of organic to the human being, okay? And this heart is beating when you receive the Holy Spirit and hold on to it, okay? You are spreading this new blood, energetic and alive blood, okay? And it spreads to other people, okay? Let's say there is another person who received that blood and he kind of got alive, okay, and spreads it further. A Satanist, actually, the shadows, those like demons that he spreads, they are thin matter, right? They are what they say, like for instance, we have the body and we have flesh. Flesh is a part of our soul which moves the body, and it's usually associated that is in our blood, okay? But basically, that's a thin matter that can penetrate material, okay, and moves our body. Demons, they are like also thin matter. They also can, travel through hard material, just regular bodies like walls and stuff like that. But they are also thin matter. They are also this sort of fleshy, soulish material, but with no life, with no body, with no possibility to receive that blood. Okay. So, the theory, which I believe is true, is that they are like worms, and they do, they do, they are like bunch of millions of, let's say, thin matter worms. Okay. In previous video I said fungi, but okay, worms is more compatible with my experience, okay? So the worms, and on the physical side of it, okay, there probably could be the true real worms, okay? There probably could be. Okay, so this kind of symbiosis of parasitic worms and a wicked spirit. Or I can actually fathom that Satan and the demonic spirits are actually the huge bunch of worms. Well, okay, it sounds like strange, but I saw in the Holy Spirit those waves like snake-like, and they were like pulsating, like grabbing, like trying to engorge into my flesh again, okay? And I kind of saw those millions of hooks on the end of that stuff, okay? So, and by the way, when I got the infusion first of the Holy Spirit, I felt a huge of this being shaken off of me, you know? It's like a huge bunch of slime, you know, a mountain of slime with like moving stuff in it, got shaken off of me, and I didn't even know it was present there. All right. So the human body, visible part only is the body. The invisible part is like tube, and I'm saying those can travel through those tubes. Okay. And the spirit of the Lord comes from above, but this stuff, they can travel, they can even occupy this tube of yours, this pillar. And when the Holy Spirit comes, it kind of releases and frees of these worms the tubes, like connecting you even through previous generation. Maybe that's also we can call like, I understand it sounds so weird, but the name of this video is theory, what I think is true, theory. But I think, yes, I think this is true. So it's kind of so being freed from generational curse, you know, or something like this. So yeah, and that stuff is trying to engorge in you again. And those people, wicked people, like bullies or something, those worms occupying their minds, making the whole, you know, worldview for them. They try to penetrate other people. The more people they penetrate, the more people private space they invade into, the more blood they suck, the better they feel. Okay, they feel relief. When it gets cut, for instance, from a person, all the blood that is being sucked is sucked from this guy. Okay, he cannot release himself. Okay, so yeah. And what I also think, I think like Satan can sort of form, if the, well, let's say if Satan is not worms, okay, if it's not biological phenomena, okay, if it's not the invisible part of biological phenomena that exists, if this is the spirit, well, let's say he can materialize things that are like something we see in the nature, like flies and worms, okay, and all kinds of parasites. Okay, we remember from the Bible that Satan is the you know, the Lord of flies or something like this. You know, flies, mosquitoes, flies. So that may be the case. You know, there are so many weird stuff I don't think that I have got. Creepy stuff, disgusting stuff, like there's a bug, you know, that can parasitize on a fish's tongue and suck the blood out of tongue to the point the tongue falls off. It's disgusting. You can look it up in YouTube. Okay, so that bug eventually substitutes the tongue of that fish. Disgusting. Okay, I don't believe God could create that. I don't. All the parasites are, as it's said in Judaism, for instance, all the parasites are from Sitra Achra, from Satan, and I tend to believe so. So maybe Satan can sort of materialize some stuff that is alike, that does the function of it. Okay, so I recall those stuff, you know, those features of those demonic entities, And in the light of what I've read recently and I've seen on YouTube about Morgellons disease, okay, that kind of, you know, beats, that kind of, you know, cuts. It makes sense. It makes sense. So maybe, and by this point, we will tend to fall into pantheism, which is considered to be heresy, but it's not that heresy as, of course, you know what it's called when people are trying to escape the body all the time. Gnosticism. But that may be, and that were my thoughts, by the way, in the baptism of the Holy Spirit. That God just gets poured into you, like the bloodstream was cut from you, and then it just like the bloodstream that runs through your soulish heart, and now it just gets reestablished, and you pump that blood, okay, and you see like your future, your you know, moves, your ways get reestablished, like get filled with blood again, okay. So, and you understand that this is like natural. This is like God is not completely other, but we know what He is other. Maybe we can say that God, who created everything, like holds all the universe, God the Father, is completely other. But God the Son, who creates human and human environment, is not completely other. It looks like He is not. So, because again, it seems very organic. The blood just starts pouring into you. So it was just like held like this, and then untied, and blood rushes into your bloodstream. So it seems like that there are different levels of physicality, okay, of nature, and then it goes thinner, the blood of Christ, maybe further, and completely, and then it goes completely spiritual, that cannot be affected by anything on earth, but can only affect and cannot be affected by the demonic. But God is familiar with humans. He created humans, with people. He created people. God is in close